Alright guys, what's going on? This is Otis here. And this was my first recording that I had in the Scout helicopter since I've come back, and so it was a pretty good gameplay. You know, we ended up trapping him, so I was just doing little strafing runs over their spawn for almost the whole entire thing. But you know, it's some good little trick flying, and there's definitely a few times in this gameplay where I definitely probably should have died, but I didn't end up, you know, just because of luck and just because I don't know. I just don't want to say it's luck, and maybe a little bit of like, you know, I kind of know what to do and stuff when I'm going to crash and when I'm going to hit things and stuff. But you know, this commentary is going to be about, you know, just a little like brief overview of pretty much like what I did on the cruise and stuff. And so we stopped at 4 places, and the first place we ended up stopping at was the Bahamas. And you know, it was a great little island, you know, because here's a little interesting fact. I don't know if people care or not what about, but the Bahamas have like 148 islands, and pretty much like the main part of the islands, they've actually connected them with like concrete, like walkways or bridges, so you can drive cars and over them and stuff. And so it's kind of like a whole one big island now. But overall, it's like 150 islands total for the whole little area, which isn't that big at all. But we ended up, my girlfriend and I, you know, I ended up cruising with the whole family. My girlfriend and I, we always end up going out and doing things. And so we ended up going to the fort there, and you know, it was a pretty interesting, you know, place and stuff. They had, you know, facts, like artifacts and stuff from, I think it was like the 1700s, like the late 1700s, when the fort was first starting getting built, from weaponry all the way up until the end of World War II. Pretty much is when like the whole fort was an active military place for, you know, for the British and, you know, the Americans and, you know, and the French and other people throughout history, whoever just pretty much had control of the fort and whatnot. And so that was definitely an interesting and like cool place. I wish we would have had a little bit more time to see the whole entire thing, because we only got to see about half of it. But that was definitely, I don't have any pictures there, unfortunately. I actually left the camera on the boat. But an interesting little thing that actually happened after, when we were getting on the ship, is actually a guy who was on the Bahamas actually tried jumping and climbing up on one of the ropes all the way up to the top of the cruise ship to get on there, just because, you know, that's what a lot of people do. We actually had an incident happen like that in Puerto Rico, and so it took like 6 guys like to grab him and like pull him down, and they end up arresting him and holding him on the ship, because if any crimes happen on the ship, pretty much what ends up happening is whatever flag the ship's running under, they have to take him to that jail on that, you know, on that country, whatever the ship is, flag it's flying under. And the next place was St. Martin, which we ended up doing a helmet dive, which was pretty interesting. I'm gonna actually have a video on the whole helmet dive coming up probably in a few days, once I finish all the ATVs. There's 3 parts to the ATV, so probably like 3 or 4 days once I get up that. So you basically, what for that is, they put like a helmet on you, and it's just a helmet, and they pump like air in there, and so you're able to walk down like on the bottom of the ocean and like play with fish and do whatnot. And so it's just like a good like tourist thing, so you don't have to worry about like diving and getting like wetsuits and air and stuff. And you know, it's overall, it's very cost effective for that type of things. And so that was pretty interesting, like feeding the fish and stuff too. And then the third place, which was Puerto Rico, which we ended up doing the ATV through the rainforest there. Another interesting little fact with the rainforest is it's the only rainforest that the United States, you know, has control over, or that is in U.S. Territory, because Puerto Rico is a territory of the U.S., which is, you know, which is interesting, you know, and that could even become a state actually pretty soon. So the other territory that the U.S. has is Guam, but you know, it's something that I would definitely like to go to that place for sure, that island one time. But we had another little stowaway incident where actually 4 people ended up trying to get on the cruise ship, and 2 of them were actually successful sneaking past security. And you know, basically what they do is they look for people and they try to steal your identification, because you basically have this little credit card that has your pretty much like your name on it and your cabin number. And so pretty much what they do is they'll try to rob terrorists, or not terrorists. I don't know why I said terrorists. That was completely like random. They'll try to rob tourists. I don't know how I got those mixed up. That's a pretty funny fail right there. But and they ended up getting on the ship, and when we were actually eating dinner, there was about like 15 of the ship's private security, and some of them were armed and stuff too, and they were just rushing through the dining room. Ended up turning out that they were hiding in the kitchen, and they found them, and so when they called security, they came and they rushed over right away. And so that was an interesting sight and experience for dinner and stuff too. And for those of you who haven't been on cruises, you just it's just like gourmet food the whole entire time on the boat, and it's just like you always say, "Oh, I'm gonna work out, and you never end up working out. And so I can't wait to work out, which is something I definitely missed and stuff. And then the last stop was Haiti, but we one thing that's interesting about like Haiti for Carnival at least is they actually have bought like a portion of Haiti, and so they've gone and they fenced it off, and so the only people that are allowed in Haiti, besides like crew staff and stuff, is very select few like people who sell like things and stuff. And so we ended up buying some like shot glasses that were made out of wood, and like a few little like bracelets that they handmade too. And that was a pretty fun island. We didn't spend much time there and stuff, but another little thing, why this is finishing up here that I gotta tell, that I did a little fail towards the end of the trip, but I think you guys will probably find pretty funny. And when you're on these cruise ships, you can order room service anytime, 24 hours, and there's no extra charge because everything's included when you go and you book your cruise ticket for like the meals and stuff. And we ended up getting breakfast one morning for it was Puerto Rico. It was the morning of Puerto Rico, and what ended up happening is they bring you can get like as many as you want and as much as you want. And so I was grabbing my plate of bacon and scrambled eggs, and I don't know what happened, but I just did a fumble-rooski, and the plate slips out of my hand, hits like the chair that in front of me that I was using a table so we could watch TV, because the rooms are very small. And I was just in my underwear because I just woke up too, and so what ended up happening was the scrambled eggs ended up hitting my leg and like rolling and tumbling down, and it was just such a mess. And my girlfriend's just sitting on the couch just like laughing at me, just cracking up, because what she ended up looking at is like all like the eggs and stuff got like stuck in my hair. And so that was just like it was a funny like fail moment that I'm glad I got to enjoy and stuff. But there might be a few more stories that I might post up like in another video too that I remember and stuff on the cruise. I know the voice ran a little bit longer than the video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary and gameplay, and thanks for watching, guys.